Throughout human history, the sea has been both a source of sustenance and a realm of peril. From the earliest dugout canoes to modern cargo ships and luxury liners, people have relied on the ocean for trade, exploration, and survival. Yet, the same ocean that offers opportunity also harbors hidden dangers. Reefs, sandbars, shifting tides, sudden storms, and coastal cliffs. Navigating this unpredictable world required not just courage, but also innovation. One of the most profound responses to this challenge was the invention of the lighthouse. Lighthouses stand as solitary sentinels along the world's coasts, islands, and reefs, structures that pierce the horizon with light and guide mariners away from danger. These towers are more than architectural landmarks or nostalgic relics of a bygone era. They are testaments to human ingenuity, determination, and the unyielding spirit to overcome nature's fiercest obstacles. At its core, a lighthouse serves a deceptively simple purpose: to emit light visible from great distances, thereby marking dangerous coastlines, hazardous shoals, reefs, rocks, and safe entries to harbors. However, the simplicity of its function belies the complexity of its construction, particularly when these beacons must endure punishing marine environments, remote locations, and centuries of exposure to wind, waves, and salt. From fire-fueled torches on watchtowers in ancient times to the precise engineering of Fresnel lenses and automated LED systems in the modern age, lighthouses have evolved drastically. But the fundamental goal has always remained the same: to save lives by providing safe passage. Engineering at sea is not for the faint of heart. The ocean is an inherently unstable environment, constantly shifting and subject to powerful natural forces. Engineering terrestrial structures is difficult enough, constructing buildings on unstable ground, designing to withstand earthquakes or high winds. Now imagine trying to build a vertical structure on a submerged rock in the middle of the ocean, where waves can reach heights of 100 feet. Construction materials have to be ferried in by boat, and your entire work site might vanish underwater for 20 hours of the day. The challenges of maritime construction pushed engineers to the limits of imagination and endurance. Early attempts at offshore lighthouses failed disastrously. The first Eddystone Lighthouse, built in 1698 off the coast of Devon, England, was washed away in a storm within a few years. Its replacement burned down. Only with the third version, designed by John Smeaton, using interlocking stonework inspired by oak trees, did true progress begin. What makes lighthouses especially fascinating is how each one is uniquely tailored to its environment. A lighthouse in the Red Sea faces different challenges than one in the North Atlantic. Engineers have had to account for extreme heat, ice buildup, high winds, corrosive salt, tidal changes, seismic activity, and inaccessibility. There is no one-size-fits-all design. Each lighthouse represents a specialized solution, often groundbreaking, that blends innovation, adaptation, and experience. While thousands of lighthouses have been built over the centuries, not all can be considered engineering marvels. A select few stand apart because of the unprecedented obstacles they overcame. The ones built on open reefs, blasted from solid rock, or constructed to heights never before imagined. These are the lighthouses that pushed the boundaries of what was considered possible. To qualify as an engineering marvel, a lighthouse must have achieved one or more of the following: overcome seemingly impossible environmental conditions, implemented innovative design or construction techniques, broken records in height, scale, or complexity, exhibited longevity and resilience under severe stress, served as inspiration or a blueprint for subsequent structures. Such marvels are the product of not just clever engineering, but also immense human effort, often involving decades of planning, experimentation, sacrifice, and risk. Number 1. Bell Rock Lighthouse, Scotland. The Bell Rock Lighthouse is widely considered the greatest engineering triumph in lighthouse history. Constructed on a partially submerged reef 11 miles off Scotland's east coast, it remains the world's oldest surviving sea-washed lighthouse. Engineering challenges included submerged reef. The Inch Cape. Reef is only exposed for a few hours each day at low tide, making construction windows extremely narrow. Open sea. No natural protection from waves, storms, or tides. Workers had to be ferried from ships and sometimes lived on anchored hulks or wooden platforms. No modern tools. The lighthouse was constructed without power tools or advanced cranes. Every stone had to be cut and fitted by hand, with tolerances tight enough to withstand massive wave pressure. The solutions included interlocking stonework. Robert Stevenson designed dovetailed stone blocks that locked into each other, creating a rigid, storm-proof structure. Prefabrication. Stones were shaped and labelled on land before being transported to the reef. Innovation in logistics. A floating barracks called the Beacon House allowed workers to live on site, increasing construction efficiency. Legacy. Over 200 years later, the Bell Rock still stands, operated automatically and virtually unchanged. It directly inspired later wonders like the Eddystone and Skerryvore lighthouses. Number 2. The Pharaohs of Alexandria, Egypt. Construction period, approximately 280 BCE. Engineer, Sostratus of Cnidus. Overview. The Pharaohs of Alexandria, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, was more than just a lighthouse. It was a towering symbol of Hellenistic science, architecture, and empire. Estimated to be between 350 and 450 feet tall, it was the tallest man-made structure in the world for centuries. Engineering significance includes height and materials, used massive limestone blocks, lead clamps, and a 3-tiered design to reach unprecedented height. Firelight system. A large open flame at the top was reflected out to sea using polished bronze mirrors, an early use of optics in navigation. Earthquake resistance. Built with an eye for seismic tolerance, it stood for over 1,000 years before earthquakes finally destroyed it between the 10th and 14th centuries. Design innovations. Modular structure, cylindrical base, octagonal middle, and circular top with a dome. Elevators for fuel. A pulley system lifted wood to the beacon fire, centuries ahead of modern elevators. Reflective technology. The mirrors were reportedly capable of casting light up to 30 miles. Legacy. Although destroyed, the pharaohs influenced lighthouse design for centuries. Its tiered structure, grand height, and symbolic prominence laid the foundation for lighthouse engineering as both utility and art. Number 3. Tillamook Rock Lighthouse. Location: Tillamook Head, Oregon, USA. Construction period: 1879 to 1881. Engineer Charles H. Ballantyne, nicknamed Terrible Tilly. This lighthouse was constructed on a basalt rock 1.2 miles offshore in one of the roughest marine environments in the Pacific. The construction was so difficult that many questioned the sanity of building it there. Challenges and hazards to be dealt with. Treacherous location. Waves up to 100 feet slam the rock. Helicopter access didn't exist. Everything had to be winched from boats. Fatal construction. One surveyor drowned before construction began. Nearly all workers suffered injuries. A supply ship wrecked on delivery. Unstable weather. The construction window was brief, often limited to a few calm days per month. Engineering solutions that played a role in its construction. Dynamite use. Engineers blasted a level platform from solid basalt to create a foundation. Massive masonry. Walls were built several feet thick using granite and concrete. Iron framework. Reinforcements and tie rods were added to anchor the building against gale force winds. Despite being battered for 77 years, Tilly operated until 1957. Waves broke windows, flooded the tower, and even dislodged part of the lantern room. The structure, though, never fell. Legacy. Now decommissioned and privately owned, Tillamook Rock remains a monument to sheer human will. It exemplifies the extremes to which engineers and mariners would go to protect life at sea. Number 4, Jeddah Light, Saudi Arabia. The tallest lighthouse in the world. Location, Jeddah Port, Red Sea, Saudi Arabia. Construction completed 1990. Height, 436 feet, 133 meters. Jeddah Light is the tallest lighthouse in the world, blending modern construction techniques with massive scale and multifunctional use. Situated at the mouth of Jeddah's Islamic port, it also serves as a control tower. Engineering feats included height and design. The tower's conical design combines aesthetics with wind resistance. It dwarfs traditional lighthouses, being taller than many skyscrapers. Material innovation. Constructed from reinforced concrete and steel, it resists both heat and corrosion, critical in the Red Sea's saline, sun-baked climate. Multifunctional use. Houses port offices, radar systems, and signal lights. It's a hybrid of modern navigation and administration. Technological integration from the start included LED and radar systems. Jeddah Light uses advanced marine technology, including GPS-linked beacons and weather monitors. Green energy. Solar panels supplement the lighthouse's energy use, a nod to sustainability in marine infrastructure. Though less romantic than older lighthouses, Jeddah Light represents the future. Lighthouses as technological hubs integrated with maritime logistics. Number 5, Cordouan Lighthouse, France. Location, mouth of the Gironde Estuary, France. Construction period, 1584 to 1611, with later enhancements. Engineers, Louis de Foix, Joseph Toller. Cordouan isn't just one of the oldest lighthouses, it's an architectural masterpiece. Built on a tidal sandbar, it blends Renaissance aesthetics with sturdy marine engineering. Engineering and artistic fusion included stone carving and marble. Inside, the lighthouse contains royal apartments, a chapel, spiral staircases, and intricate stonework. Pioneering construction. One of the earliest to use a multi-tiered foundation built into the ocean floor. The structure had to resist extreme tidal pressure. Later, engineering enhancements added were first rotating lens, 1823. Used Fresnel's prototype lens, revolutionizing lighthouse optics. Height increases. In 1788, it was raised to improve visibility, requiring complex engineering work on the existing base. Cordouan embodies the marriage of form and function, demonstrating that a lighthouse could be as beautiful as it was functional. From the windswept Bell Rock to the towering Jeddah Light, these 5 lighthouses exemplify the boundaries human engineering has pushed to guide and protect life at sea. Each structure reflects the era in which it was built, not just in materials or design, but in spirit. They stand as monuments to bravery, innovation, and the unyielding pursuit of safety in the face of nature's fury. Whether carved from oceanic rock or reaching into the clouds with modern materials, lighthouse engineering is a story of triumph, of minds that refuse to accept the sea's dominion. These beacons do more than light the way. They remind us of the extraordinary things we can build, even in the most unforgiving places.